Holy shit, yes! This is amazing news. Henry Cavill's next play, Warhammer 40k series for Amazon, where he will not only star, but act as an executive producer. Jesus, this is amazing. In fact, almost a little bit too amazing. So, before I begin fanboying here, allow me to urinate a little bit on everyone's parade in that this is a bit of a weird announcement here. So, the streaming giant Amazon is in the process of closing the rights to the miniature war game. Not to a television show based on the miniature war game, but to the miniature war game. Now, this could simply be, Hollywood reporters' incompetence here, as they describe Warhammer as akin to Dungeons and Dragons. Which is really only true in that they involve dice. I love that one. It's like, dice are involved in the playing. Oh, well. I mean, sure, 40k is much akin to Monopoly as well in the same way. But, okay, right, so, the thing here is, the actor who Wednesday officially hung up his Man of Steel cape after Warner Bros. Announced it's going in a new Superman direction thanks to DC Studio, blah blah blah, is attached to star and executive produce a series adaptation of Warhammer 40,000, the popular science fiction fantasy miniature war game that is set up at Amazon. Amazon is in final talks for the rights to the game, not the TV series, produced by Games Workshop after months of negotiations and fending off rival companies that also sought the rights. Now, there's no announcement of this anywhere else. There's nothing on the Warhammer community page, and you'd think this would be just the community page if this was true. Like, Henry Cavill would be just a giant picture here, and there'd be a long interview, and there'd just be a comment section of people screaming their lungs out with hope and fangasming, frankly. There is nothing on Henry Cavill's Instagram account either. Let me just reload it just in case. Like a overeager fangirl. No, still nothing. And the way all of this is worded, now, bear in mind, GW has been quite desperate to get bought up by somebody, anybody, for quite some time now. The entire idea behind Warhammer Plus was to demonstrate their ability to, as they put it, monetize their IP, or sell out like little bitches, to be more straight up and honest, and they certainly have achieved that last part, if nothing else. There's been a couple of weird things going on with GW. For example, there's a rumor going on that they have apparently disavowed the Liber Chaotica, claiming that the book, one of the best fluff books ever produced for Warhammer, no longer represents the company's values? Excuse me? That's idiotic, if true, and it kinda seems to be. There is also stuff like, well, calling the Ultramarines the 8th Legion Astartes, for example, the Night Lords, or releasing this cover for the first founding with a Primaris helmet. And bear in mind as well, that is not a Mark IV helmet. It kind of looks like it, but the armored ports are not there. That's the Primaris helmet on the first founding of the Legion Astartes, or the Chapter Astartes, excuse me at this point. I've said again and again, the GW just doesn't care about their franchise anymore, and frankly, I feel more and more vindicated about that judgment every day, but it is therefore entirely possible they've managed to somehow sell off the entire thing to Amazon. It wouldn't necessarily shock me, but we've seen no indication of this. If anyone was likely to pick up Games Workshop in its entirety, I would have put my money on Hasbro, or maybe even Disney, frankly, but Amazon. It's such a weird timing as well, particularly after the enormous flop that has been the Rings of Power. But perhaps you could also spin that as a good reason to do this. Okay, so you made the Rings of Power, it was a miserable failure, nobody goddamn liked it, you had to shut down reviews to quell the outrage, at least for a little bit, and so you know now that your name is dirt in the geekdom community. Right, well, what better way to redeem that than to pick up Nerd Jesus himself, Henry Cavill, and put him not just as an actor, but as an executive producer in a 40K flick. Oh my god. My underwear will need cleaning after this, let's just put it like that. It's a fantastic idea, and Jesus, I hope it's true, because again, it's the executive producer thing that has me so excited, because he does actually give a shit. He might actually have an opportunity to make good 40K entertainment, rather than a Warhammer Plus, which, despite the unbelievable talent that they've, well, partially bought, bribed, and threatened into serving them, Warhammer Plus has produced very little of note so far, and mostly some serious hardcore garbage half of the time. So, I mean, from my perspective, this absolutely makes sense, and Cavill was at Warhammer World a few months ago as well. It's not impossible. It's not. It's just the wording is so weird. Again, an executive produced a serious adaptation of one from them, Poppy Science Factrum, knowledge from Amazon, final talks for the rights to the game. Produced by Games Workshop. Again, maybe it's just this place here not having the faintest clue what they're talking about. Likely, in fact. But it sounds like Amazon might be trying to buy 40K in its entirety. It's like, I'm not sure I'm optimistic about that, mind you, but again, GW has been trying to get bought out, so it's I don't know, it's the timing too. So he gets dumped from DC, unjustifiably so, and just like that, he's got a dream gig at Amazon for 40K, which apparently has been in the work for ages. We'll wait and see, I suppose. And the thing is, too, remember that Eisenhorn series? The Inquisitor series they were supposedly working on? Yet neither does anybody else, because nobody has heard a damn word from it for, what, a couple of years? More? It's just gone completely silent. We don't even know if it's still in active production, or if it's in writing stage, if they're casting people, if it's still going ahead. And bear in mind too, GW has a pretty damn awful track record when it comes to movies and stuff like that. They haven't produced anything actually good up until this point. The closest they came was Ultramarine, and even that was a far cry from good. I don't know. I want to be excited for this. I want to be really excited for this because, again, Henry Cavill, as I said in the video yesterday, is probably the only actor currently that gives enough of a genuine shit, not just about his role, but about the wider universe surrounding that role, to make a real impact, and to potentially save a show just from acting in it. Like, The Witcher Season 1 would have been complete garbage if it weren't for Cavill's performance in it. And he saved that show single-handedly, he did. And so, having him in a 40K show would be fantastic. But it's such a weird announcement, particularly as the Hollywood Reporter's source for all of this appears to be its ass. Cautiously optimistic is how I would describe myself here. Let's go in. Let's reload one more time. No, the Savage Space Marine 2 gameplay. Yeah, no Cavill there. What about on his Instagram? Just to make sure. It's like, again, frantically reloaded like a fangirl, and no, nothing. Only the announcement that he wouldn't be playing Man of Steel. Man, I hope this is true. Just, please. Okay. Even if this isn't true, Amazon, Games Workshop, this would be a brilliant move. Because there is almost no way you can mess this up. Give Henry Cavill the power and the ability to do with this project as he like, and I damn near guarantee you a slam dunk success. Because if Cavill's track record so far is anything to go by, he knows his stuff when it comes to 40k, and he is far more likely to be able to represent the universe well, frankly, than you are, Games Workshop. Again, 8th Legion Astartes, Ultramarines. Oh. It could be a brilliant move. I hope it is. I genuinely do. Who knows? It could actually be the genuine salvation of 40k. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm sure a lot of you are squealing like fangirls right now, but also let me know about what you think about the likelihood of this. If you've seen any other sources or official confirmations or anything, because again, so far, the Hollywood Reporter's source seems to be that Amazon is going to buy the entire game of Games Workshop, according to the Wind Spirits. We'll have to wait and see. Until then, I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Till then, have a good day.